Hello everybody. My name is Slay the Ghost, and today we're going to be playing Urbek City Builder. I've played this game for a little bit, nothing really too crazy. I know very much surface level things about this game, so we're going to hop right into it. I'm going to try to keep everything standard here. I'm not going to do any big changes or anything, other than I do want to make it North American, just because I am American, unfortunately. I'm going to call it Slays. Oops. I'm going to call it Slay City. I feel like it's got a nice ring to it. So essentially what we're going to be doing is trying to beat the biomes. I'm not exactly sure what that means, but I'm going to give it my best shot. See if there's any real way to beat it. If you're unfamiliar with this game, essentially all this game is resource basing. What you want to do is place down as many buildings as possible to gather resources. Right here we have our food, we have our basic work, which is just in tandem with our population until we start building schools. Then it'll add a different kind of labor class. And then obviously we have wood. There's no real currency in this game. It's just resource based. And for those of you that have played like City Skylines or whatever, the roads are free in this game, unlike most games like this. But anyway, so what we're going to do right now is we're going to start on our main road here. It's going to pretty much just outstretch from the absolute edge of the map. That way we can start building out, and we can try to be efficient as possible. In my experience in this game, you want to try building blocks no wider than 2, because you want roads on both sides. We're going to keep this a little more compact for now as far as building housing and stuff. We're going to keep it a little more compact. I think I'm also I'm going to keep it at least a little symmetrical. Did I do that right? Yeah, 3. So this is pretty cool too. You can measure everything out before you actually place anything. Ooh, I did that perfectly. And that was all by eye. Look at that. So anyway, yeah, so we're gonna wait for somebody to move in here. I guess what I'll do is I'm gonna build I'm going to kind of outline this here, and what I want to start doing is building, I think it's 6 by 5, or maybe it's 5 by 5. No, I think it's 6 by 5, but we want to start building 6 by 5 fields. You want to make sure that you got roads running all around it. I believe this is the most efficient way. I'm not exactly sure. Yeah, there we go. They wanted food. Fair enough. But as you notice, there's a really awesome thing that the developers did, is kind of realizing that in the beginning, you're like, it's going to be super hard for you to put down things without labor, so you cannot go lower than +5. That is the absolute minimum. You can't go to 0. There's nothing lower than 5, and that way you never run out of that resource. So kind of taking a peep at our resources right now, looks like we're gonna need some wood, and conveniently we have a whole forest here. I'm going to try to build into the forest a little bit more than I probably normally would. I have a little roundabout there. That's funny. Oh, wait. Hang on. I think there's a way to fix that. Is there a way to fix that? No, there isn't. Hang on. Maybe I just won't do... Yeah, maybe I just won't do that. As a matter of fact, I think I should put a lumber camp there. Look at that. And now we should be able to get some wood produced. How much production is going to be plus 15? It's not bad. We're going to be unlocking a lot more buildings going forward. So we'll have a lot more wood later on, especially with sawmills and stuff. But we're just going to keep focusing on upgrading our population, mainly because with the population comes new unlocks. So, for instance, the farmhouse, which is going to up our food storage and production, we're going to need a population of 200. So we're going to go ahead and continue. But I think there's a way to... ooh, did I count that right? Did I mess that up? 17. Measure from this corner. 17. Okay. I got it. We're good. We're good. We're good. But anyway, I think there's a way to do this a lot more efficiently than I'm probably doing it. And that's fine. I'm here to learn. Here to make sure that I'm playing the game correctly. I'm sure people in the comments will let me know if I'm doing it wrong. And I will heed all of the warnings. But I digress. We're going to focus on, like I said, upgrading the population. I don't think I'm building these big enough for the future. I think in the future, what I'm going to end up doing is like cutting off probably this road and then like every other road from there to add housing together, because I think yeah, because I'm putting them 3x3, so 6 times 2 would be 12. Ooh, maybe actually, maybe that's not even enough. While I was thinking about that, we did collect a decent amount of wood. We now unlocked farmhouses, which, not that it's inexpensive, but comparatively to laying more fields, this is definitely the best way to go about it. And I did remember this right, so it is 6x5. So the reason why we were placing our fields this way is because if you notice, we have this yellow box here, which is kind of like the range for the farmhouse. We can't have this overlapping any other farmhouse. So these have to be built within 12 farms. We have conveniently built it in this 5x6 area, which I believe is... I don't I don't even know. I don't know how much it is. But that's okay. It's probably like 30 or 35, somewhere around there. But anyway, no, that can't be right, is it? 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, 6, 12. Yeah, okay. So I was right. I did do math. But anyway, I just found that this is the most efficient way, because the first quote-unquote field that we're building is usually the one that we put all of our other stuff into, but that's only for the first farm. After the first farm, then it changes. I think I did this right too. So my only concern is that we can't build fields over the snowy. Yeah. But I still think that's enough fields for a second farmhouse. But if you notice, we're perfectly inboxed, so we can keep placing our farmhouses. And if you've noticed as well, our input or our output for food has skyrocketed considerably. So, which affords us the opportunity to build more homes. And that's kind of the cycle of this game, is typically what you're doing is you're enabling yourself to build more structures. Later on, the relationship between structures that you're building influences the housing, and it influences everything else that is part of this game as well. So if you take a look at these houses, you'll notice that if I get one more farmhouse. And I already have a population of 300, so why don't we just do that really quick? Oh, because I picked the worst biome to build these in. That's why. Cool, cool, cool. Okay. Crap. And of course, this is going to be like right in the worst spot. I'm going to lose this whole row of field, but I'm going to give it a shot nonetheless. I still think it'll work, right? Yeah, because it's also going to be counting these farms too. So yeah, or these fields rather. So we unlocked the village house and the lumberjack camp, which is awesome because in order to upgrade, we're going to need electricity. And conveniently enough, the lumberjack camp will always be built next to the lumber camp. Yep, lumberjack cabin, rather, I should say, not camp. But it produces electricity, which means that we have now upgraded. We've went from the wooden hut to the village house. I believe the next upgrade is villa. No, that's not right. That's not what we're looking for. We're looking for something else. Shantytown? Maybe it is villa. Maybe it is. I just feel like 25 or less. That's a little weird. Wealthy village house. That's actually what we're looking for. But unfortunately, we don't get the wealthy village house until we start getting food services, which we are about to have the neighborhood council. We just unlocked tenant farmers. So the tenant farmers are going to be the next thing that we focus on. How are we doing? Oh, actually, we're going to need a little bit more wood. So, just like with the farms, we have to make sure that we're building within the radius of, or within the range, or out of the range, I should say, of our other structures. So right here looks like it'll be perfect for the lumber camp, which will give us another 15, which 23. But we're also, because we're trying to expand quickly, what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of proof. Ooh, actually, I might have to remove a tree. Seems counterintuitive, but got to do it. Got to make space. There we go. So, it's going to eat into our supply just a little bit, but it'll be worth it because now we are producing 75 electricity. And until we get our what are they called? The water wheel, or the water mill. Until we get that, this is gonna be our only source of electricity. So unfortunately, we do have to expend that resource, but it shouldn't be an issue. So we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna start looking to expand, get more population, because we definitely have the food for it, and we definitely have the wood for it. And now our workers are going to go up. And now it's really time that we start thinking about... Yeah, we already got that. We already had that. What are you talking about? I think now we're going to clear out this area. And we're going to put our fields down. Like I said, we're on 6x5. Boom. I'm going to put a road around it. Another quick piece of advice as well is the fields actually won't grow until you do this. But yeah. So, with that being said, the next step in our mission now is going to be tenant farmers. So, what we're trying to do is we are trying to unlock the landlord's house, and we're trying to unlock the grain silo. So we only need one more tenant house, which I think we can get away with putting this here, right? Yep, landlord house is unlocked. And then I think I need 4 or more tenant houses. Okay, so unfortunately we're running into the same issue where the biome is just not cooperating with me, which is okay. It's okay. We'll make it work. We'll find a way. We'll find a way. So I think what I'll do is I'll clear out the... How does that make sense? Did I make this 6 by 6? Oh. No, that's 5 by 6. Maybe it's just the angle that I'm looking at right now. That's okay. 6. Oh, no. Yep, I figured it out. I got it. We're good. Okay. Had a moment there of confusion. Yeah, we're good. We are good. All right. So, I don't think... I think just for my sake, I'm going to continue with the pattern of farmhouse. But I'm looking to put the tenant farmer, or the landlord's house right here. Which means that I can put a tenant farmer here. And I need 4 within range. And I'm not familiar with the range, because I don't like... This isn't... To me, it isn't that efficient to use the tenant houses and stuff. As a matter of fact, I'm pretty sure it goes against happiness to have a landlord. I could be wrong. But okay, let's test the range. Oh yeah, we're good. We're solid. So it's a 4x4. It's a little bit bigger. We haven't built anything this big yet, but it happens. But if you notice, our food production has skyrocketed. We are now producing 1,500, and we can store 1,700. It might look good on the surface, but like I said, after a while, the happiness dwindles a little bit because of the landlord and everything else. Again, I could be wrong. I was under the impression, and I can't remember where I heard it. I think when I was researching the game, somebody had mentioned that, but I don't think it actually has that big of an issue with happiness, but whatever. But now we just need to get our population up, and we will be rocking and rolling. Okay, so this is 3, so we're going to go 3 up, which will put us here for our road. Boom, and then we'll go down, and we can just connect it right there. And we're just going to follow the same pattern. We're going to keep the block structure just like this. And again, once we start like super building our infrastructure, and when we start actually getting into the city structures and everything, this is going to be huge. This is going to be... You're going to notice why we set it up this way and why we're doing it. Okay, so we just unlocked parks, which means that we're on our way to unlocking leisure. Leisure and parks and everything else are the quickest way to unlock a lot of things. But we are going to set up our park here. We're going to sacrifice a little bit of real estate for green. Because, yep, you just saw it. We unlocked a whole lot of things. But the one thing that we're looking for was the village house. This is super important. Docks are also really important. But we already have a road worked out here. What I'm going to do is I'm actually going to break off this road just a little bit to straighten it out. Because I want to build a bridge right off of that. So we're just going to build... you know what? Let's go a little fancy. Let's go red. It's all free. Doesn't matter. So, get a little fancy here. And what we're going to do now is we're actually going to start looking to build our docks. Now, docks are not the best way to get food. However... it adds up over time, and I enjoy the aesthetic of these fisherman houses. Adds to population, and it adds to the consumption of food. So, to me, it's kind of a win-win. I enjoy it. It looks good, and it's awesome. Okay. Now, the next thing that we're going to do here, this looks mighty ugly, but that's okay. The next thing we're going to do is we are going... Oh, we're low on wood. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, Skedios. Do I... Does this cost wood? No, it only costs... It only costs labor. So, cool. Cool. That works out for me. I don't think I built this right. Because I want to make sure that I'm saving room for the lumber camp as well. But did I build this far enough from the other? There we go. We're actually not even going to worry about that right now. We just want to add to the production of our wood. So this goes up a little bit higher because the electricity, that issue is going to be solved with this bad boy. As soon as we get to 300. So I guess we'll wait a little bit. We'll wait for 300 wood because everything has halted until we get that electricity. Alright, so now that we have 300 wood, we can go ahead and put that down. And you'll notice, boom, our electricity has just skyrocketed. And we're back to 18. We're producing 18 again. Ooh. So that's good. This is going to consume 3 versus the 5, I think, that these consume. Oh, 7, rather. So we're going to actually take out these ones because they're not as efficient. It's going to drop our electricity a little bit, but it's going to up our consumption. So, or it's going to, not consumption. What am I talking about? What? It's going to up our, production of wood, which means that I can wait until 300 again, and I can place another one of these water mills, and it's going to go a long way in us producing electricity. It's a little bit less than... It produces more for less, I should say. So, yeah, super efficient and a really good way to do this. Later on, we're going to unlock coal, and coal is going to be a huge game changer. So, when that comes around, we're going to be looking really good. Actually, after I place this and we get back up to our normal production rates here, I'm going to actually start looking for iron, because iron is going to be... Oh, never mind. We just found a deposit. Hey, that was quick. Dang. All right. We're going to actually start building a road out this way in preparation for that. Because we're playing this on a medium map, we don't have unlimited resources. We have very limited. I don't think I have a way to get trees back. So these are limited resources. So I don't want to destroy too many of them, because even later on, trees are very important. And I don't think like I said, I don't think I can place anymore. But we'll try to build within our means of keeping the iron deposits, keeping them blocked off, and we'll start working on our production side of raw materials when we get there. But our wood production's looking really good. We still got a lot of food. Our population is at 1210, so we're looking really good right now. I'm going to see if I can put some more houses down, see if we can get us to the 1300 mark for population. That, I believe, is the next milestone, which we absolutely crush. Awesome. All right. So now, here comes the fun part. So, typically, what we want to do is, when we're looking to upgrade, we need to figure out what this needs. So we currently have 25 residents, and we only need 15. So what I'm going to do, strategically speaking, right? Am I clicking on the right one? I am. So I can get rid of this house here. And what I can do is I can put a mini mart. Now, this is going to consume 200 food. They're expensive, but here's the kicker. We're now upgrading to Wealthy Village House, which, ooh, our production's running low. But we don't have 300 wood. Okay. Before all of that can change, we got to make sure that we are keeping up with our energy demands. Super important. It's a good way to kind of lose track of where we're at. Now, I do have to remove these trees. Unfortunately, I'm not going to be utilizing a lot of trees by the river. That's going to be reserved for strictly our energy. That's really what we're going to be utilizing the riverside for. So I'm not too worried about cutting trees down there. But, yeah, we have plenty of wood in storage, or not in storage, but in production right now. So I don't mind utilizing that for, you know, whatever we got. We're back to plus 84. We just have to be mindful of this. We're not storing a lot of electricity, and we're also not really producing a lot. And right now, our wood production isn't where I kind of want it to be. So maybe I'll work on that. Maybe what we'll do is we'll continue to try to get a lot of wood production out of the way. Again, if you notice, we're running a little bit out of room here. We're about to come up to my farms here. There we go. Okay. So, we got our other lumber camp here, and that's upping our wood production 41. So our dock is consuming 10, and our water, between our 2 docks and our 3 water mills, we're only consuming 19. So that's not too bad. I genuinely want to make sure that we're balancing out the amount of wood that we're using with the output, because wood is pretty valuable in the beginning. It is very necessary. Okay, so suburb house, we're going to look for a school. Now, a school, super important. If you notice, this is going to cost us 10 iron. Now, remember what we did? We went and we already found some of the iron over here. And I don't know if we have, so we need a population of 1,700 in order to build our iron mine. Thankfully, this doesn't cost electricity, but it does cost a lot of labor. This labor is basic labor. Once we start building schools, that's when it starts to get into the educated labor, which is what I believe the iron mill consumes. I could be wrong on that. It's been a while since I played. But I digress. Is there any way that we can just straighten that out a little bit? Yeah, put that there. Keep it a little straight. It's bothering me a little bit. Alright, so this is 3 across, so we can just follow our pattern here. Go ahead and put that there, yada yada. Put that there. Okay. So, next step is to clear out these row trees here. That way we have more than enough space to place down some more people. Now, we have to keep in mind that each one of these buildings does consume electricity. And if you notice, we put this mini mart here, but it only has a range of, what is the range? I don't know if well, it should show me, right? So it's about 6, right? Oh, maybe it's 5. So it's a 5x5 square that it reaches. So we're kind of wasting area here. I don't want to take out my park. How much are we wasting outside here? I might actually have to remove a park. You know what? Actually, I guess that's fine. Because it does give 1 leisure, and I don't think it matters the size of the park. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to build a house here, and then I'm going to build a mini mart here. That way. Yeah, we're perfectly encompassing. We're encompassing a lot more surface area, and we're leaving room for schools and stuff. Speaking of which, I can't remember how big the block is for schools, but I'm going to try to build efficiently within the confines of the range right now of this mini mart, so we can build more wealthy suburbs, or a wealthy village house rather. We're looking to get to the suburb house. Yeah, that should be okay. But actually, we're just looking to increase population, so we'll worry about that another time. Right now, we're trying to get more people to move in. Come to our home. Come to our cozy little village. But I am actually going to build a local mart here. And did I unlock Village Bar? Absolutely. This is actually super important because this is quick leisure. Okay. So we're running out of food, and we are also running out of electricity. Saw it coming. We knew it was coming. Unfortunately, I didn't plan for it. Nobody panic. We're okay. Everything is fine. Okay. So, how much space do I have to work with here? I don't have a lot. This isn't going to be the best farming grid, but it's going to have to do. I have very limited space. I can't really afford to be picky at this point. I don't know if that's actually going to be enough farms to place a farmhouse. Oh, it is. Okay. Sick. All right. Wow, that still didn't bring us out of the negative. Well, I guess that makes sense because we are very much in the negative here. Okay. So we're actually going to build that road here. And it's not like we can build anything on the snow anyway. But what I can do is I can still stick to the 6x6 and just build it where I can. And that's pretty much all I can do. Which again, that's fine. We're only working within our means. I guess we'll keep the trees there for aesthetic purposes. I won't remove them because I don't need to. It's not like we can build there anyway. Okay, so we're back in the positive. But now, actually, what I want to look into is the grain silo. Now, this is expensive. It takes a lot of labor, but we're working on getting a lot of labor. Our population is increased to the point where we can afford our iron mines. So we're looking good. I just need to make sure that this fits everything, which it does. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to remove the 4 there. And this way, with the grain silo here, our storage has increased quite a bit. And I believe our production is also climbing up there as well. Maybe not. Maybe this doesn't produce. Oh, it does. It does. It does. 200. Oh, yeah. There it goes. So we're good for food for just a little bit. We now need to focus on our electricity, which, of course, like I said, we saw it coming. We knew it was going to be here. Nobody panic. It's okay. I will make sure that these poor people have electricity. So starting right here, I think we have enough wood saved up that I can kind of pre-place just a few more water wheels here, or water mills. And the reason why I want to do that is because I want to make sure that we can expand quite a bit. We can make a pretty decent chunk very quickly. So I think we're good now. Our consumption is pretty well balanced out. But now, here comes the big push, the iron mines. Now, iron mines are special because you can actually build houses near them that help in the production. It's not much, but when we're climbing up there with population, you see 9,000. 9,000 population is a little crazy, but it's there. Yeah. So we can place another iron mine here, right here. The one struggle that I have with these things is their range is so wide, and they can't be within ranges of each other. So we end up losing a lot of efficiency when it comes to placing these things because we have to space them out so much, but they have to be in range of iron. So, yeah. Is this gonna work? I am seeing a potential spot. No, it's gonna be out, but it'll work here. Now I have to think, is it worth taking out this 4x4 of trees? I'm probably going to end up regretting this later, but for right now, iron is going to be a valuable resource that I do need to keep up with. So I know these will turn into iron mines. I don't know if these guys will. Or iron housing, I should say. Okay, it did. So all of these guys are producing 1 iron on top of the iron mines here producing 1 iron. There's many upgrades that we can start doing in the future that makes these a lot more efficient. For right now, this is as efficient as it's going to get. We don't need a lot because we're not going to be consuming. There isn't buildings that consume this on the regular. Oh, I forgot. I was in the middle of figuring out the best place to stick my village bar for quick leisure. So I think we'll put it here. I think that'll make the most sense. But with leisure comes wealthy villages. And now we can start thinking about our school. Where are we going to put our school? So in this wealthy village house, we have 25 neighbors. For the school, we do need to cut out a 4x4, so that's going to be a pretty hefty toll on our population, but it should even out. It should balance out. We're gonna test it. It's been a minute since I played this, so I'm not too confident. But all right, so what do we got? Suburban house. Okay. So it does look like we went in the right direction. We have our school now. We have our suburban homes, and everything is upgrading according to plan. So what are we missing for these houses for this? Leisure. Okay. So how are we looking on our resources? We got enough wood. Electricity's looking a little low. So let's focus on that for a second. Let's get back into the flow of electricity. Yeah, so boom, that'll work. Can I actually put another one down a little closer? No, that's gonna be in range. Yeah. No, that was legitimately the closest because I can't put it. I don't think I can put it there, can I? No, because that's not how that works. But awesome. Now we can connect. Yeah, this is desert. That's why I was going to say. I was like, why am I not building here? But that's desert. I can't build farms or fields on that. But we can start actually connecting these. We can build a little bit more continual to our streets here. Alright. So, from here, I should be able to place a water mill there. Yeah, okay. So, again, that's going to crush our wood production just a little bit. Like I said, it's a little bit more efficient. But this way, what I can start doing is measuring out for another row of housing. Ooh, I hope I'm counting this out. I see. Okay, I see where I went wrong here. We're actually going to make this a little bit uglier. I miscounted, and that's fine. But I at least want to keep this square. How many? Oh, it only has to be within 3. So if that's the case, then I can get rid of this road. And I can just connect this road this way. And these should still be, yeah, we're within 2, so that's okay. Doesn't need to be right against the road, and that way we can still keep this aesthetically pleasing, which works for me. So, we have our school here, which reaches about here. So I think if I place another one here, yeah, that should take care of the rest of the blocks. And does this football pitch add leisure? It does. Okay, so we don't have to put a bar right next to the elementary school, which, as everybody here probably understands, that's a little counterintuitive. We shouldn't be doing that. So this house doesn't upgrade. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get rid of that, and I am going to place a mini mart here because I don't think this reaches a lot of those houses. And then I am going to place more housing here. But right at this corner, we're going to go ahead and we're going to put a... Ooh, I'm running out of food again. Yikes. Okay. So actually, I think a silo will fit right here, if I'm not mistaken. Yep, perfect. So that'll put us back up to 100, but I seriously need to start thinking about my next field. So I might need to build this farm sideways to maximize. Yeah. So we're only missing one there, which is fine. We're allowed to miss one. That's okay. And then we're going to put a farmhouse. I actually might need to start utilizing the tenant houses just because I'm running a little bit out of space here. So, yeah, we're gonna start building our tenant farmers. I don't usually do this strategy, but I'm running out of room. I don't really have a choice. Beggars can't be choosers. And I got some big plans, so I gotta make sure. Is there a stipulation for the landlords? Hello, Future Slay here. Yes, there is a stipulation for the landlord house. It is 4 tenant farmers. Right now, I have 3. Upon realizing this in real time, I decide that I'm going to try to find the best place to put it. Takes me a little bit, but I figure out that the tenant farmers' ranges are actually pretty small, and I don't think that they actually have a negative for being too close together. It might not be able to build in range. We'll find out in a second. But either way, as I'm figuring that out, I am, unannounced to me, realizing that I'm running into another problem here as soon as I place this landlord house. Now you'll notice that I have to remove fields to put this landlord house down. Upon removing those fields, I remove the 3 fields that a tenant farmer needs to be surrounded by. So now I need to shift my goals. I tried to put a cheeky one there. It was out of range. I don't even know what I was thinking. But eventually I decide, hey, I got to remove the road. It's gotta be done. And it all works out. Our food production doesn't really change all that much. We go back into the positive, but yeah. Anyway, yeah, back to the video. Okay. I was a little worried there. Ooh, alright. Food is looking a little rough. But, on the bright side, we have educated workers now. Which means, I think, that'll put us in a good spot for our coal mining. Which, with our coal mining, will bring us a lot more energy. Not clean energy, but energy. Okay, so I'm going to build a red bridge here, and we are, again, we're going to do our best to preserve as much wood as possible. At this point, I actually think we need to focus on our food production. That might be the key. So, it looks like here we have a decent amount of fertile land. So actually, what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to start thinking about placing some farmland down here. I'm gonna try to preserve that, but I might sacrifice this little forest here for potential farms. I don't know if well, that's snow, so I guess it doesn't matter. This actually might be the start of my coal, is right there, but I'm gonna keep this part. We're gonna keep this part pretty much where we start for our farms. Okay, and then like I said before, we're gonna place our farmhouse here, and then we're gonna go up. Ooh, I miscounted. That's okay. I was off by 1, so boom, and then just kill this road here. It's actually not okay because I removed trees there. So that sucks. Ooh, that's one too big. Yikes. At least this time I didn't remove trees. Okay, so that's within the confines. I'll do that. Boom. Like that. Put the farmhouse here, and then we should be able to build a silo. Yep. And then yeah, I haven't. Yeah, 5 by 6. Jeez, losing my mind. Right here, yeah. Yes, okay. And then I can just follow the blueprint here. This should help with our food production in a big way. Ooh, will I be able to put a silo on that? Now that I'm thinking, oh, well, I can't anyway because I don't have enough space. And then maybe. Wait, what? I must have misremembered. I must have misremembered how far out I have to go. That's on me. I'm only human. I'm only human. And I bleed when I fall down. Alright. Anyway, all singing aside. There we go. The silo is down. Boom. I now kind of feel like I should just probably fill the rest in with fields here. Doesn't have to be pretty, but we have enough agriculture now. Yeah, we're in a really good spot to just full force expand. Actually, no, we're not. If you notice, our energy is really low right now. We have this open, wide open field right here. And as a matter of fact, because we have a lot of, like, this snowy area here, if right now agriculture is my biggest weakness, then I don't mind sacrificing these trees here because I can't build any agriculture here. I will, however, be able to build coal mines. Now, similar to how the iron, you can build houses by here to help in the production of coal. I can now build homes that will help in the effort of producing coal. Our coal production is meh. If I remember correctly, these are also a pain in the butt. Yeah. So this box is a little too tight. Oh no, why did I do that? I didn't mean to do that. Ah, come back. I'm sorry. So coal mine. Yeah. This is the closest that I can build it is right there. I'll just put that right there. If I remember correctly, what's my population at? What is the population that it wants me to be at for the coal plant? Oh, we're actually not that far off. Okay, so I think what we'll do is we'll grab another. Oh, now it's yelling at me about the road, which is fine. I was gonna say, I was like, what could I possibly be building in front of this right now? Okay. A coal mine. Right there. Perfect. And then we'll build our housing. Yep. Beautiful. And you see all of that turned into the coal mining house. Oh. Does this consume? Okay, so it doesn't consume electricity yet. I'm pretty sure when it goes to the 3-story coal mines, then it starts consuming electricity. But what we were really after was the coal plant. Now, this produces a crap ton of energy. However, it also consumes a lot. But if you notice, our production for our educated workers and our normal workers, we're producing a lot right now, which is fine. So we can put these guys in a decent amount of places. But if you notice, that one coal plant skyrocketed our energy energy production. So we're in the clear there. Now, progress keeps marching forward. This is going to be the next. Oh man, okay. The sawmill is like what I'm really after right now. But gosh darn, it's expensive. Okay, or at least it takes a little bit to get there. So I guess we'll just continue on our march of progress here. Where did I put this elementary school? Right here. So all of these should be good. I just need to make sure that I have leisure, and I need to make sure that I have food for these guys. So, mini mart, and we'll go ahead and we'll put a village bar just in case, and then we'll build some housing. Does that fit? No, that doesn't. Where's the other mini mart here? Yeah, it doesn't fit in that block, so we'll go ahead and we'll throw this mini mart down, or we'll throw that down. And then we're going to go ahead and put that there again. And we're going to throw some more houses down. No, we're not. I'm actually going to hold off because I don't know what it's yelling at me for. Okay, never mind. It wasn't yelling at me for anything. Okay. So all of these are suburban, right? Yeah, so those are ready to upgrade. As I say, I feel like I did everything right within that metric. So we have our education taken care of. The urban bar is now unlocked, which is awesome. Wealthy suburban home. What do I need? More population. The parking lot is going to help with connectivity. So we're starting to rapidly approach the industrialization of this area. So I think that's actually a really good place to leave off. What I'll try to do is I will try to work on getting everything ready for the next video. But either way, that is the first episode of this. Let me know in the comments if you're interested in seeing this become a series. But thank you guys very much, and enjoy the rest of your day.